So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about heart sounds. I'm going to do my best to relate these heart sounds to the Wigger's diagram that you see drawn behind me. If you need a review on the Wigger's diagram, go ahead and see my other video about the Wigger's diagram, and hopefully that will help clear things up for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with S1. You may have heard that S1 is caused by the mitral valve closing. They are associated, they happen at the same time, but the sound you hear is actually the turbulent flow around that closing heart valve, okay? So we get our mitral valve is closing right about here, right at the beginning of this sound, and then we get the turbulent flow. The rapid increase in pressure is going to enhance that sound and make it stronger as well. The next sound that I'd like to talk about is S2. Now S2, you may have heard that it's caused by the aortic valve closing, and that's more or less true. It's caused by the turbulent flow around that aortic valve as it closes. So it's kind of the same thing here. As our valve closes, we get blood rushing past it, and you hear that turbulent flow. Let's talk a little bit more about S3 and S4. Now, both S3 and S4 are not sounds that you typically hear, okay? But they are sounds that can occur for reason X or Y, and we're going to talk about that right now. So S3, if you look down at this curve, you can see that that's happening at the same time as this rapid volume increase in our left ventricle, and that's important, okay? Whereas S4 is happening with this smaller volume increase in the also in the ventricles, okay? So what causes S3? Typically, S3 is caused by a relatively more compliant than normal left ventricle. What does that mean? Essentially, that means it's more stretchy. So anything that can cause the left ventricle to be more stretchy can cause that S3. And that can be normal. In fact, in growing children, you will often hear S3 because their heart is just more compliant than adult hearts. In adult hearts, S3 is not a typical sound, and it can be indicative of things like congestive heart failure, which is bad news. So that's something to look out for. And now let's talk about S4. S4 is not a typical heart sound. If you hear an S4, that means there's a problem. S4 is associated with this last push of blood into the heart, and that's actually caused by non-compliant ventricle. So if you have ventricular hypertrophy or anything to that effect, as blood rushes in, it's going to have more turbulent flow because the walls don't make room for that influx of blood. They don't stretch like they should. I hope this was able to help you to understand heart sounds. And go ahead and like and subscribe my channel. Leave any comments for anything that you'd like me to discuss in future videos. Thank you. Bye.